I'll try breaking this guide down into 4 phases. This is not necessarily how I think about it in spin, but maybe this is a good way to teach it. When I see the spin, I'll decide what I need from the top, and I'll spawn on it or run to it, collect it, and then head down to do roll floor. Phase 2 will actually be like how I personally like to start the roll floor in terms of what prepping the area and when to start it. Then phase 3 is collect what you need from the club. Sometimes you can skip this step and that's when it's going to be a fast roll floor spin. The last part is the actual killing of the agents. The only thing that will really mix with this is the Florida man grab I like to do because I like to emetic him when he's outside the bathroom at 4 minutes. So what I do initially when I see a spin, and I guess I'm judging if it's roll floor or not, I'll look at how many things I need from up top, if they can all be taken down, and if any of the kills are not possible or too slow. So going off this spin, all kills are fine, and we need battle axe, delivery, and probably kitchen knife because it's a lot quicker up than down to get. When I'm doing all the collecting, I always think to myself that I don't want to activate roll floor between 138 and 208 because that way I can't really do my setup in where I knock out Montgomery outside the room to cause an indefinite roll floor static mode or whatever you call it. Also, if your collecting's going to take like 3 minutes to get down there, just don't do roll floor because like what's the point? You're going to get such a slow time and it's all going to play different. And I mean, you could practice it to activate it that late and get like 9-minute roll floor spins, but why? Small thing to look out for here, if you cross this area at 1 minute when Montgomery is doing his check for his conversation, he'll pause and take that conversation and then head down alternate staircase, which is not ideal, so just hang back and let him do the check that you're not in proxy and then carry on. In terms of activation time, if I can't be prepared to start the roll floor and initiate the roll floor before 1:38, I will hang back and wait till around 2:08 when Montgomery has turned and started walking away from the office. The reason I do this is because if you can't prevent Montgomery from coming in the room during that time, I drag these bodies here for like peace of mind. You can just leave them there because I think all targets except Chamberlain and Montgomery don't care about bodies. Chamberlain doesn't come in here and Montgomery won't make it in here, so you can leave them out in the open if you wish. There's no need to force this law to be activated any earlier than this, unless you're doing it instantly, because you don't actually save any time from it. Montgomery's still going to ride down the stairs and you're still going to isolate him at the same point while waiting for him, so there's no time save. Things you can do before you activate the law is take out the camera and unlock a door that I'll show you later, and that's like prep time you can use if you're early for the law. This here is probably the hardest execution part of the thing. It's just throw the wrench at the front of the red box when Montgomery hits the flag ground, and then chain him into the corner of KO. I'm squeezing the syringe in here in between all these actions because I've got ADHD. Don't poke the dealer so far out like I did here, because Florida Man I think does and probably will spot him and delays him, so it's just a stupid time loss. Essentially this right here is the whole idea of the strat. As you can see, all these 4 targets here are just going to stand here indefinitely, and providing you don't kill Montgomery, who's laid out on the floor behind me, they will never leave. They're just going to stand there like totem poles, and they're free to be made sick, interacted with, panicked, whatever. When the doors open like it is now, if you do the throw distraction I'm about to do, you'll get the guards from the inside, going from right to left, or you can alternatively, like I have, shut the door and then throw to get Chamberlain, who's on the outside. Chamberlain is the last of the priority if the doors are open. The three targets that are inside right now are laid up from left to right: Banner, the technician, Thames, the club crew, and then on the right, Davenport, the no disguise man. The main thing that goes wrong for me when doing roll floor Berlin is essentially it's live targets. I often do the kill orders like kind of wrong, and then I'll run out of live targets down here and then just be stuck not being able to do the kill conditions. So just maybe prioritize live targets first. Not that you have to do that, but just keep it mindful that you're not running out of targets, if that makes sense. Right, here's what I was talking about, where you could ideally prep before, is taking out that camera because it can be heard by the agents inside being shot. And this door's preferably opened before it. If not, you have to do this distraction shot to access it as a trespasser.
Go and check it out. Come on, go. Yeah.
I'd recommend when there's more than one agent inside this little box room, don't be doing no panics or getting into no fist fights, because the panics can spread out the wall. Once you're down to the last target, I believe you're free to panic them as much as you want and it will stay confined in this area, but for some reason when there's a few people like telepathically communicating, it seems to spread to the outside.
That's 2. Don't make this personal or you'll get sloppy. Clearly he's not making that mistake.
This panic right here is fast for fall and loud no KO stuff. It is a bit temperamental. I've noticed sometimes when you take the shots from inside this room, the target can just run to the right and then lose you. But, I don't know, maybe played with more it can be figured out. It's really good for fall and loud no KO.
No cat and mouse. Get it done. Davenport, come in. Agent Davenport, are you there? 4 agents down.
Again, as mentioned earlier, maybe leave Monto last, unless you're planning for it when you kill him a couple seconds after it. I don't know how long the agents are going to start walking back to the usual routine because he's dead. I'll just throw a handful of spins up on screen now and say whether I would or would not roll floor them. Just a few red flags, I guess, that I think about when I see spins. Falling object is awful for roll floor, fire is awful for roll floor. Having a loud bomb kill and explosion accident kill is kind of tough because you want to do them both on exit. Having emetics for loud gun kills is kind of nice, so you don't have to panic into the side room. And bartender, I don't like getting in the club because it's way slower than just getting it up top. This one I wouldn't because it's falling object delivery guy with a suit in it, so I can't really do that quickly and then head down to do roll floor in under like 2 minutes, so I would skip. This one just has suit and scrap sword, which you can take both down very quick and easily, so I would roll floor this if I couldn't think of a better strat. This one has suit, scrap sword, that you need to take down. Can't tell you for definite if I would roll floor this, but you definitely can. Not saying you can't roll floor this, but I wouldn't because it's delivery and bartender. Don't like grabbing bartender down there, and then the rest is pretty easy. So can't take both disguises down, wouldn't do it. This is get guard and fort, get delivery go down, so I 100% would roll floor this. This is just grab delivery and scrap sword and go down, so I would roll floor this. And lastly, the only reason I wouldn't roll floor this is because of the fire. The suit and the old axe are fine to do it with. The point of doing this part at the end here is just going to show you like the spin you can get where you can skip phase 1 and phase 3, and it's essentially just activate Rolf Lord, do the kills. And I mean, I'm mainly just showing this for the speed demons of the community, just to show that you can actually blow a recce out of the water with this strat. There is one thing that is useful from this to use in just normal actual runs, and that'll be the way I isolate Montgomery coming up at like, I don't know, 120 something.
It's wrong. I've given it some thought. Let's talk.
About time. Sit down and make yourself comfortable. I'm on my way.
Careful, Montgomery. That's not Hirschwiller. 47 must have taken him out.
I know, but I'm intrigued how this plays out.
I'm assuming you have a plan here, Montgomery.
To eliminate the target,
Don't just tell me what you think I want to hear.
you need to lighten up a little.
I need a status update.
It's Joe. Still on my way.
This is patience.
We'll just lean back in your big Let the big boys take care of this.
You're a condescending moron. Okay, just get back to me when the job is done.
So this is where I isolate Montgomery if I'm doing DJ start roll floor. I'll shut this door here so no one can see the initial KO, and I'll KO this guard when he's like halfway down the stairs so the text to my back left can't see him. And then I'll just knock Montgomery out here and leave him here as the final kill because he's right on the exit. Well, there's no better place to do it than there.
Davenport, come in. Agent Davenport, are you there? Agent Banner, report. Are you there? We've lost a third. We're paying for our mistakes with blood. Stop wasting time and end this.